Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. I took a small break and, well, did some roulettes, got some more EXP to sort of cheese up the gap a little bit. See what we can get done today, or right now anyway. Although I am sort of feeling a little bit weird, so I think I might take some vitamins and some ibuprofen here shortly. If I can find where I stuck my dang ibuprofen bottle. We're getting a sort of a, go around. It's like the inverse of the start of Shadowbringers. Instead of going around to meet everyone, we're sort of going around to reassure everyone, or whatever. And, I would be more worried about Clyde, right? Like, but you know for a fact that since this is like a paid subscription game, that nothing bad can happen to the main character because you pay to play him. Like, it's... like, imagine they just, like actually kill your character at the end of the story arc or whatever, and it's like, oh my god, now you can't play the game anymore. Guess you better unsubscribe or start a new character so you can replay it. Not gonna lie though, that would be pretty fucking ballsy. Yeah, it's me. Prayers have been answered, huh? Well, the light. We never got rid of the light, buddy. I mean, we're not going to tell you that, but... One moment. Sorry about that. I'm always paranoid when I turn the mic away, though, that like it's gonna like shut the mic off, and I'm just gonna have like the rest of the episode be silent. Why would Catless be like picking up the slack, trying to like lead people against like what? She's a crafter. Whatever. Female row? Female row. Pretty. He who? Absent genius and his epiphanies, huh? Grinold. A regular that's eager to meet me, huh? Are Clyde's eyes messed up? I don't think they are. I don't think they do anything graphically to your character for this part. It would be cool if, like, they changed your eyes to white for this part to, like, reflect that you're, you know, slowly turning into a Sin Eater. We'll go do this, because we might as well. Hey, you let me jump off that railing. I hate that, like, I hate that. Like, it's fucking, like, let me jump off the railing at any part of the railing if I can jump off most of the railing, okay? Bark. Some friends of mine are actually on and they're talking. We're gonna feel the wind on our face and then turn into a Sin Eater? What do you mean we're not allowed to actually turn? Oh, but I wanted to become a monster. So that Tumblr's
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight. I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky. Knowing what it means to everyone. And that you're responsible.
No, I'm not. Like, why the fuck would I be responsible? I'm literally just a repository right now. Like, that's the only reason. Like, it's because we didn't actually get rid of the light. Like, I'm basically just a vessel. Stupid that they...
Aye. An all too familiar one. Here you stand alone, expecting no one else to bear the burden for you.
It'd be like, you know, filling up a cup to the very brim with water, and then pouring more in and expecting it not to spill. And then blaming the cup for your own idiocy.
You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet.
You wanna, I don't know, sacrifice your soul so I can contain it better, like your friends did for Minfilia when she stopped the wave? You could do that, couldn't you?
I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm. It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and... well, you know the rest. There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had. Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it? So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burned so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive.
So can you sacrifice your soul to make me stronger? Fist bump?
Well, come on then. As I thought. What happened between us was no coincidence. My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish. For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
Oh, I was worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie. Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours. My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you?
Got any fairy healing spells for keeping souls together?
Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it. Cut ties with the mortal world? Hide away in the castle? It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Meg will rise up in your defense. My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them.
How capricious.
What? Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion. And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? Oh, my dear beloved sapling. You are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits. Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time. In this place? our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue. You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer. But what will you do with it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
That's a lot of damage. May vanish as easily as it arrived, huh? Well, it's not our crystal tower, right? Because if we went back to Mordona right now, we'd be able to look at ours. So, was it from the future? That is how he'd know what was up ahead, after all. With the 8th umbral calamity having not yet occurred. Less than a decade, huh? Well, we already know his true name. He's Garahatia. Apparently in that scene where they give you the choice to call him by his real name, before they made the Crystal Tower Raid series mandatory for the main story, you didn't get that dialogue option because it was possible to have gotten this far in the game and have never met him before. Grandfather and granddaughter, huh? Where? Oh, okay. I have trouble remembering things on occasion. Hey, pretty lady. Tell me things. No, that's because no one knows. The umbilicus, huh? The unbroken thread, huh? Okay. I've forgotten just how many of these quests there are at this point, because, to be honest with you, except for a couple of them, the down point, like the rest points where they're like, you know, we need to rest before we set out on our next, you know, thing, they're not really that memorable to me. Because, I mean, nothing really happens. It's just go here, talk to this person here, feel emotions if you care, and then, you know, go back to doing, you know, actual progress. They're basically just quests that are thrown in for a little bit of, you know, trying to make people fleshed out a little bit more, you know, exposit some things, and give you more experience points so that you don't have to stop and level grind. And, I mean, they're good for that. Obviously, we're getting some more story information, too. But, you know, realistically, most of it could have been settled on the road. It's whatever.
I have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter. Once you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more. Until then, I will remain without.
What's gonna be in the umbilicus, I wonder? Lots of books, apparently. Algan nodes. Maybe this is the chamber he sealed himself in stasis in? When he put the tower into stasis? Echo visions. Confiding in Yuri.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee. Thy true name is Grahatia, then. By thy claims, thou too art a native of the Source, though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star, thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
In essence, yes. A difficult story to swallow, I am sure.
I doubt not the veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
Certainly. But where to begin? I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest. In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions. One of these was rooted in a theory which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the River of Time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds. Perfecting that idea, however, was a work which consumed their lifetimes. And thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice. But all the while, the world continued to burn. Hope was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder. People cried out in despair, "There is no hope, we are finished. Mankind is finished." Then others raised their voices in answer. Though we be beyond salvation, those who came before may yet be saved. We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Sid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas. After 2 centuries of labor, their descendants finally succeeded in awakening the Crystal Tower, an integral part of the process, and, in doing so, roused its caretaker, me. By this stage, scholars had largely established the phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th umbral calamity. This grand structure was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Sid and his compeers.
And by means of such technologies didst thou effect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the Source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century. But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only man who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. That thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous. Yet howsoever history be rewritten, thy present self was shaped by events which followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
Maybe he foresaw multiverse theory.
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Cid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict.
Don't you know time traveling doubles are always doomed?
To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask.
He's basically the Lars Fillmore of Final Fantasy XIV.
Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous, though the force which held it together was nothing so inexplicable. It was him. The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread. Where others would stumble and fall, he would rise above. Where others would break and run, he would carry on. The warrior of light's tale is one of unyielding bravery. To tell it was to feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow. In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally.
Hey, that's Doma.
In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were his deeds joyously retold.
Ishgard, obviously.
For many, these stories were the flame which warmed them through the coldest of nights. And so it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the warrior of light himself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga. He was the lodestar that brought them all together, to send their final message back through time and space to him. The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again and live. I am merely the bearer of that wish, come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
That you will be my accomplice? 'Twas you yourself who convinced me of your suitability when you spoke of how you learned of the Flood, and of your part in arranging Minfilia's journey to the First. Your actions showed uncommon resolve. 'Twas clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could trust you to choose the right path forward, even if that choice came with a heavy price.
What price?
When all is said and done, and the last of the Light Wardens lies slain, I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die. Knowing what I know of your companions, not to mention your champion, they will try to stop me, but in saving one, they would save none. Therefore, I implore you to aid me in concealing my identity, and ensuring this tale ends as it must. To this end, I would have you take what I have told you of the Calamity, and make of it a portent. A prophetic vision you beheld in the swirling chaos of the Rift.
Is this truly thy wish?
History remembered the Warrior of Light, as I knew it would. And I will suffer no other to rescue the champion whose star has charted my course. I will see this tale to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
That was probably the longest Echo Vision in the game. Not counting Echo Visions that put us into instance battles and shit.
Careful now.
Did you get
if you
it
lose
too?
control again, the light could claim you for good. Although it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case.
You wanna sacrifice your soul to prevent that from happening? Give me some more power?
What do you mean to do? We should be on our way. Diassian mentioned the Tempest, did he not? That's the stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
You gonna get a submarine? What did you think of that Echo Vision? I actually legitimately forgot that it happened. Like, I wasn't just like shooting the shit when I was telling you I don't remember these rest periods. Yeah, I was like, we're going to the Crystal Tower, and I should have remembered that Echo Vision, but nope, I didn't. And that's where they tell you the whole Exarch's plan and whatnot. I mean, it had already come to pass that we knew that he was lying, right? Like, we saw firsthand, but I guess we didn't know the details that Urianger was being a lying liar face. With his whole prophetic vision of seeing us die and whatnot. To reach the ocean floor, huh? Oh, hi. Clyde can breathe underwater. I don't see why I need the Amuro. I just teleport to Still Tide and walk into the water. And dive on down, buddy boy.
Ah, we have found thee. Word reached us of thy recovery, and thus did we gather with all haste. Ah. By thy looks I gather thou hast gleaned that which I came to tell thee.
Echo Vision, baby.
Urianger has shared everything with us. The Exarch's true identity and purpose.
I offer no excuses. When I agreed to aid the Exarch with his plans, 'twas in full acceptance of the condemnation I would face when my duplicity was laid bare.
Oh, come on. This isn't even as duplicitous as the last time you were duplicitous, you duplicitous schmuck.
Yet it is not rancor, but resolve that I sense in thee. Thou art fully intent upon walking thy path to its end, art thou not? If thou canst forgive my deception, or, failing that, set aside thy displeasure for a time, I do beg leave to follow thee. What strength and wisdom I possess are thine to command. I thank thee. Doubt not but that I will do all in my power to repay thy kindness and fulfill the Exarch's wishes.
You know, he's kneeling and all, and he has to look up at us, and he, like, you know, it's sort of a form of prostration. But imagine being a Lalafell, he would kneel and he would still be looking down.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this is a good idea. Leaving the Crystarium, I mean, with or without Urianche.
Tell me more, little sister.
What I did for you won't last forever. There's no telling when the light will break free again. Please, you must stay here. At least for a little while longer. We will find a way to cure this, I promise you.
No, honey.
How can you make promises? We don't even know where to start.
Alisaie, please. You know Ryne was only trying to help.
Of course I know! I know only too well! But making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple. We've all searched high and low for an answer, and every one of us came back empty-handed.
Makes me think of the end of Halo 2 when you put Cortana into High Charity, and she says, and you know, Chief says to her, "I'll be back for you," and she says, "Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it."
I am not about to stand in his way now. Not after failing him in his hour of need. No! The least we can do is...
We will go with you as well. There is naught to be gained by standing still.
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue. Lead, and we shall follow. If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
Are we all in agreement, then?
Is there aught we can do to help?
Swing the entire Crystarium. Oh yeah.
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight. And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
You told them!
She has a, Catless has the same voice actress that voiced the twins back in Yulmore.
No. Well, not in so many words.
Aye, we didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky appeared over whichever place you went to, it was harder not to put two and two together.
From the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions. Long had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive. And I knew at once that it must be you.
Exactly. When he went up to meet you, 'twas clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes. I could feel his excitement.
Eat him! That's right!
We do not fully understand where you or the Exarch hail from, or why you've all done so much to protect us. But we are deeply grateful nonetheless. So, if there is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
You might have invited them to join us, where there are not so many. But come, they are waiting. What is your will, O Warrior of Darkness?
Oh, that actually means a lot, Alpha Node. I wouldn't really have to dive. I'm wearing full plate mail. I could just step into the water and sink, and I can breathe under the water, you know? To storm-tossed seas, huh? Petition of Fey being, huh? Okay, well, I guess we can do that. Storm-tossed seas. I don't think we'll actually get to the next zone in this recording. These cutscenes have been enormously long after all. But, well, you see this whale-shaped island here, right? The Isle of Kin. I thought about doing exploratory portions of videos earlier in the Let's Play to show it off, because I was certain they were going to do a Final Fantasy IV big whale reference with it. It wasn't quite what they were doing, so you'll see it when we get there. People who had data mined the Shadowbringers expansion, you know, and we're certain we were going to go to the moon. Hey look, you can see its eyes. Looks kind of like Rachnim from Skies of Arcadia. Is this obviously sleeping whale alive? Whoa. Got a lot of stuff growing on it to be a whale, though. They call it the Isle of Kin, huh? Well, we could talk to Urian J, but that'll put us into a cutscene that lasts for quite a while. So let's see if we can't find everyone else to talk to, and then I'll bring this recording to an end. Wait, did you say you couldn't see My Kids Love Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Oh, come on, you got like laser seeing eyes. You can see all the light in the world, and you can't see My Kids Love the Taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Wait, did she... Yeah, you've got your Daredevil vision or whatever. Where's Thancred? Oh wait, we already talked to Thancred, didn't we? Yeah, okay. So we talked to everyone except Urianger. And we'll talk to him again next time. So, for now, I hope you're enjoying this. And, sorry if I'm leaving you in suspense, but next time we will go towards the final area of Shadowbringers, the mystery area. And, so, for now, stay safe. Have a good day. Like and sub if you'd like, and I'll see you again.